Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but here I am. I'm still alive. Summers are just usually crazy busy for me. I have a couple businesses that I run that are really busy in the summer, and also due to current situations, which shall not be named, I am also a full-time stay-at-home dad because my 2-year-old school is canceled until further notice. So it's been a lot of work and I've been exhausted and I haven't been making any videos. But tomorrow I am going on what I hope is going to be an adventure. We'll see how it goes. But here you see behind me my same old Tesla Model X. I still have it for now. That might change in the future and I'll update you guys there when I am allowed to, but for now I still have it. Obviously there it is. And on the back of it I borrowed my buddy's 16-foot trailer. So I'm going to pick up a John Deere tractor today. It's going to be the heaviest thing, the biggest thing that I've ever towed with this Tesla Model X. I'm just going to try to get you guys out of the wind a little bit here. This is just a run-of-the-mill trailer. It's not one of my special trailers. Really it isn't. There's no batteries, there's nothing special in it. It's just a normal 16-foot heavy ass trailer that you can get anywhere. So I'm borrowing my buddy's. I have to drive 2 hours to go pick up this John Deere 2025. It has a bucket and a belly mower. Great deal. I couldn't refuse it. I've been wanting a tractor for a really, really long time. It's still a splurge, but the deal was just so good that I had to get it. The bad part is it is 2 hours away and I am taking my 2-year-old who does not like road trips. Yeah, so tomorrow is gonna be a little crazy. That's why I'm filming this tonight as I charge. I'm gonna leave here with a full charge in the morning. I have to go to the bank tomorrow, get cash, and then drive up to Rochester, New York to go pick this thing up. I'm sure I'm gonna charge on the way there and on the way back. There is a supercharger along the way, so that's good. It's at a closed casino due to the current pandemic, but I've used it once recently and it was still open. They had one gate open that Tesla owners could get inside to use the supercharger. So I'm really, really hoping that's the case and it's still there and it's still open, because it is pivotal that I use this supercharger because it is pretty much the halfway point. I'm going to be driving a little under 100 miles each way. I'm guessing that I'm going to get about 100 miles range while towing the tractor. So I have no doubt that I'll be able to get up there fine. The car has roughly 300 to 315 mile range. I know I can make it there, but I will definitely have to charge to get home. Hopefully my 2-year-old is okay. He's awesome. Very, very cool kid. Love him as long as we are stationary and doing something. Otherwise, he's not all that happy. So we will see. I'm really hoping everything goes smoothly, but follow along on this little journey and we'll see how it goes. Well, we are on our way. Trailer's connected back there. I reset my trip meters and we are gonna see how good or how bad we do. I have a trailer on Daddy's car. Yes, buddy. And what are we going to get? Yeah, we're gonna go to tractor. Are you gonna be a good boy for Daddy? Good, I hope so. Because it's gonna be like 2.5 hours each way. Cross my fingers. We're gonna pick up a tractor. All right, here we go.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So I'm at the first supercharging stop. I don't even think I really needed to stop here. I have enough to get to the guy's house and pick up the tractor, and there's a supercharger kind of near his house, but it's at a mall. Everything's closed right now, so probably will be okay, and I'm probably still going to try it. I think we're going to have some lunch, but yeah, I just thought I'd stop here and top off and take a little break. It's been about an hour. Oh, mommy's working. So I'll flip the camera around and show you some numbers I have so far. You can see my average is 545 watt hours per mile. Really not bad, pretty much what I expected so far. You can see my current projected range. It's only about 60 more miles to get to the tractor. So far, I think I'm looking pretty good. I think this number, I think my average is probably gonna be at least double once I get this tractor on here. We'll see. The trailer is around 2,000 pounds and the tractor is gonna be around 3,000 pounds with the implements that I'm getting. But yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. The route that we took, we went up the west side of Cayuga Lake, and it is all hill just to get up and out of Ithaca, but then it plateaus off. So the numbers here, when I was leaving town, were really quite scary. I was seeing like 900 watt hours per mile. It was crazy. But thankfully, that was just getting out of Ithaca, and it calmed down and leveled out after that. Well, I got it. I'm all loaded up. I also bought a box blade from somebody else. So I had to go to one place, get the tractor, and then to go buy a box blade at a different guy's house. And we had to unload the tractor, get it off, and then attach the back blade, and then drive it back on, because that was really the only way to do it. So I'm sweating like crazy. This has been so much work, and we're having one of the hottest days we've ever had here in central New York. It was 104 when I got into my car. I just looked now and it's 100. And here we get humidity as well, so it is hot. And my poor little dude is hungry. This is taking way longer than I thought. So I just gave him my tablet, which we don't normally do. We don't usually give him screens. He's about 2.5. But this is kind of saving my ass right now because he's there watching that and doesn't realize how hungry he is and how late it is. But we're on our way to the first supercharger, hopefully the only supercharger. We'll see how full I can get it. We're gonna have some lunch over there. It's 2 o'clock right now. I am doing 45 miles an hour on a country road, and I'm getting, my average is 702 for the watt hours per mile. So my projected range right now is 47 miles, but the supercharger is only 10 miles. So we should be okay. We'll hopefully get there. And then there's the Waterloo supercharger that I stopped at the first time. That's also on the way. So if it really gets crazy and my watt hours per mile really jumps up, then I have another option to stop at. But yeah, here we go. Oh, and the guys who I bought it from, they didn't know how to drive it. It wasn't there. So they were selling it for a neighbor who was elderly and sick. And so they were able to drive it up there. And I didn't know how to do this thing either. Like, this is my first tractor. I've had lots of lawnmowers, but this is different. So I got it all strapped down once they drove it up there, and I'm going super slow because I see it wobbling. I'm like, this is weird. And I get to a stop, and I see it lunge forward and snapped 2 of my ratchet straps that were in the back, holding it from going forward. They didn't put it in gear or put the parking brake on. So holy crap, that could have been so bad. But speaking of being bad, because I don't know what I'm doing or how to drive this thing yet, I have a better idea now because I just had it off and I was driving to this guy's yard so we can get the box blade attached. but when I was trying to get it off, idiot me hit the wrong pedal and I went forward instead of backwards down the ramp. It went hard and fast forward, and I bent the hell out of my buddy's trailer. I just sent him some photos. I'll include some photos right here, but man, I gotta apologize up and down and fix that, because that really sucks. That was totally my bad, just me being stupid and not knowing how to work this thing. Everything is a learning curve, right? Every day you learn something new, and this is one of those days. I'll leave it there for now. Heading to the supercharger, still 8 miles away. It's gonna be a long ride home. Still gonna have a 2-hour ride home, probably 45-minute supercharge. To be continued. Well, we're here at the mall. This is our first supercharger trip for the way home, second overall. And thankfully the mall is empty. Let's see if, get some shots. You can see there's nobody here. Gives me plenty of room to park here with the trailer and the tractor. There are no other cars here supercharging either. My car is screaming because it is so hot that, it's loud. So there I am, trying to take up as few spots as possible. The car is charging right now at 134 kilowatts, which is awesome. I mean, that's very fast. And I'll charge till it drops to maybe 70, something like that. That's usually what I do, and then I'll take off to the next supercharger station. I'll sit down and do some math before we leave, but I'm pretty sure that'll give me enough that I can get there without really worrying about it or sweating about it at all. But my average watt hour a mile is 637. So it actually dropped, I think, since that last clip. So 637 isn't bad. I was getting like 5 something with just the empty trailer. So yeah, that doesn't really seem bad at all. It definitely also feels more stable. Maybe it's just in my head, but the whole thing feels more stable now that the freaking tractor is in park. And we lowered all the gear. We lowered the mower deck, and the box blade is down. Everything's touching the ground. Yeah, so we're Caleb and I are eating some lunch at 2:30, and we'll head off in a little bit. All right, so we just left the Victor, New York supercharger. We are on our way. According to the numbers, it looks like I could go straight home without stopping at Waterloo. We'll see if that's the case. We charged for 45 minutes over there, just had some lunch and hung out. Time actually went by pretty quick, so that was no problem. We charged up to 81%, just set the cruise at 56 miles an hour. And I'll go over some numbers and show you what it's looking like right now. So I forgot to reset trip A after I got the tractor all loaded up. I wanted to see what the watt hours per mile were when it was empty compared to when the tractor was on it, but there's a little bit of with the tractor on it. So for the first part, for trip A, 573 watt hours per mile, which isn't bad at all. It's kind of better than I expected. And like I said, a portion of that is with this tractor on the back. Right now that I reset trip B, I am at 856 watt hours per mile because I'm on the highway cruising along. 56 is the fastest I've gone so far with all this weight on the back. And then if I go to energy, so over the last 5 miles, my projected is 86. Now it's 88, but I'm kind of going uphill a little bit. Now I've got a long downhill here, so it's 89. And in order to get home, I'm at 76 miles. So that's kind of close. So I'll stop at the Waterloo supercharger, and I shouldn't have to be there very long, maybe 15 minutes or so. And that way my mind will be at ease, and I won't have to worry about white knuckling it home while towing this trailer. Oh, now it's up to 98 projected. So I'll just keep an eye on this, see how it goes. I wish the trailer had a battery in it, because I could extend my range, but this one does not. Continue to wish me luck, and I really hope nothing bad happens, knock on wood. All right, that's it. We just stopped maybe 10 minutes to charge, really not too bad at all. The car, the fans are screaming. It's so loud. This must be so hot. The temperature has dropped though. It's dropped to 99 degrees. So it's coming down, thankfully. But this should be fine. I didn't even really need to stop just then. I think I could have made it without it. Like the car was saying I was going to arrive with 37% remaining to my house. And with my current usage, it was saying I had 86 projected miles and I only had 50 miles to go. But the last thing I wanted was to get stranded or something to change. It's mostly flat, so I really didn't think it was going to be a problem. But I'll report back again once I hopefully get home safe and sound. Well, we made it back. I'm just a minute from my house right now. I have to get this thing off and quickly get the trailer back to my buddy because he's actually waiting for it to load it up for a job for tomorrow. Man, I am pooped. We left at 9 a.m. No, 8:45. And here it is 4:45. We're just getting home. Long day. This thing towed like a champ. It was actually better than I thought with all this weight. I was kind of nervous about it because it's the most I've ever pulled, but man, it did great. And even the charging sessions, it went quick. It really wasn't a big deal at all. Thankfully, Caleb has just been a trooper. He's awesome, but unfortunately, he's had a lot of screen time. But he was awesome. I got my tractor, got everything done. Pulling in right now. Time to unload this thing and hit the road again. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.